Hey guys, let's get more news from Steelers, but first don't forget to subscribe to the channel and leave your like. Support growing for Mason Rudolph as Steelers starter. Should the Pittsburgh Steelers test out Mason Rudolph as their starting quarterback? After several poor performances from Kenny Pickett, fans are nearing the end of their patience with the first-round quarterback, and many are expressing their desire for the team to look elsewhere. Well, despite Mitch Trubisky being listed as the team's backup, fans actually want the Steelers to go with Rudolph. In a poll taken by KDKA's Bob Pompiani, asking who fans want the Steelers to start at quarterback next week against the Cincinnati Bengals, the results are overwhelming in favor of Rudolph. At the time of this story's release, there have been over 7,800 votes on the poll, with 10 hours remaining before the final results. Rudolph leads the count with 54.8% of the votes, followed by Pickett, 27.8%, and Trubisky, 17.4%. Rudolph hasn't started a game for the Steelers since 2021 in a Week 17 game against the Browns. He's 5-4-1 all-time as a starter, throwing for 2,366 yards and 16 touchdowns to 11 interceptions. Rudolph was supposedly in the quarterback competition last summer, but as training camp went on, it became clear there wasn't a real battle between the three QBs. Instead, Trubisky was going to get the job, and Pittsburgh just wanted to claim there was a competition. It would take quite a turn of events for the Steelers to actually consider moving their third-string quarterback into the starting role, but that isn't stopping fans from sharing their thoughts. For now, though, don't expect much movement in the lineup. Make sure you bookmark all Steelers for the latest news, exclusive interviews, film breakdowns, and so much more. Brett Mason Rudolph III, born July 17, 1995, is an American football quarterback for the Pittsburgh Steelers of the National Football League, NFL. He played college football at Oklahoma State, where he was a 3-year starter and won the Johnny Unitas Golden Arm Award during his last year. He was selected by the Steelers in the third round of the 2018 NFL Draft. Rudolph spent the 2018 season as the Steelers' third-string quarterback and saw no game action in the regular season. He saw starting action in 2019 after Ben Roethlisberger was injured early in the season. He would alternate starts with Devlin Hodges throughout the season. He started in place of Roethlisberger twice between 2020 and 2021 before returning to third string in 2022 and again not playing. Rudolph was named after his father and grandfather. He is not related to the former golfer Mason Rudolph. He attended Westminster Catawba Christian School before transferring to Northwestern High School in Rock Hill, South Carolina. During his career, he passed for 10,986 yards and 132 passing touchdowns. During his senior season, he accounted for 80 total touchdowns and threw for 4,400 yards as he led the Trojans to a 15-0 record for a state championship and number 7 national ranking. He played in the annual Shrine Bowl All-Star Game, was named the offensive MVP as he led South Carolina on a game-winning drive in the final 20 seconds. He was a finalist for South Carolina's Mr. Football Award. Rudolph was rated by Rivals.com as a 4-star recruit and was ranked as the 9th best pro-style quarterback in his class. Diontae Johnson physically removed from Steelers coach. The Pittsburgh Steelers wide receiver stars have had their troubles this season, and while the offense struggles, they haven't held back from voicing their frustrations during or after games. In Week 11 against the Cleveland Browns, in the midst of a 4-quarter game where Kenny Pickett threw for just 106 yards, wide receiver Diontae Johnson had to be physically removed from a member of the coaching staff before having a talk with head coach Mike Tomlin on the sideline. The Athletic's Mark Kaboly reports, then there was Johnson getting visibly upset on the sidelines during the second half Sunday, which was significant enough that rookie offensive tackle Broderick Jones had to pick him up and carry him away from a coaching staff member. That led to a lengthy sideline talk between Johnson and coach Mike Tomlin during the give-and-take moment. Johnson was asked about the altercation the next day but said, "Y'all seen the game. I shouldn't have to say anything about that." It's unknown what member of the coaching staff Johnson was removed from. Running back Najee Harris said after the game that he expects the offense to have a meeting to try and correct their issues, but with no light in sight for the passing game, the Steelers' young receiving stars could be in for a long second half of the season. Make sure you bookmark all Steelers for the latest news, exclusive interviews, film breakdowns, and so much more. Is Jalen Ramsey a Steelers target? Steelers is in a large consumer market, has a lot of money on the payroll, around $44 million, and is coming off a year with a good campaign. This combination could make the team attractive for free agents or players available for exchange. In this line of reasoning, the team needs a cornerback to line up on the opposite side of the team's starter. NFL journalist Adam Shine believes that Jalen Ramsey, the Rams' current cornerback, could be a good choice. According to Over the Cap, the Steelers currently have the fourth most cap space in the NFL at just under $47 million. I would go after Ramsey, a playmaker who would give the G-men swagger. His play and attitude would be brilliant in Steelers. And I think the versatile playmaker would flourish under the command of the aggressive defensive coordinator. The Steelers have important decisions to make this offseason, but focusing on strengthening other sectors of the team would be interesting as well. Ramsey's problem is his high contract, which according to the Spotrac, is $17 million for next season and remains high until 2025, the final year of the deal. In 2022, Jalen recorded 88 tackles, 4 interceptions, 4 tackles for loss and 18 passes defended. Jalen Latrell Ramsey, born October 24, 1994, is an American football cornerback for the Miami Dolphins of the National Football League, NFL. He played college football at Florida State and was drafted by the Jacksonville Jaguars 5th overall in the 2016 NFL Draft. With the Jaguars, Ramsey quickly became one of the top cornerbacks in the NFL, making the Pro Bowl twice and being named an All-Pro in 2017, in addition to helping Jacksonville snap a 10-year playoff drought. However, following a fallout and standoff with the Jaguars front office, he was traded to the Los Angeles Rams midway through the 2019 season. In 2020, he agreed to an extension with the Rams that made him the highest-paid defensive back in league history at the time. He was traded to the Miami Dolphins during the 2023 offseason. Ramsey was born on October 24, 1994, in Smyrna, Tennessee, to Lamont, an emergency medical technician, EMT, and Jalen's training coach, and Margie Ramsey. Jalen's older brother, Jamal, participated in football, basketball, and track at Battleground Academy in Franklin, Tennessee, and played quarterback at Middle Tennessee State University in Murfreesboro, Tennessee, where their father had once played football. Jalen perfected his football skills playing with much older boys at a local park. He grew up cheering for the Miami Hurricanes in a family of Florida Gators fans. Ramsey attended Ensworth High School in Nashville, Tennessee, during his freshman year. He then transferred to Brentwood Academy in Brentwood, Tennessee, where he was a two-sport star in football and track and field. He was rated by both Rivals.com and Scout.com as a 5-star recruit and one of the top overall recruits in his class. And you fan, what do you think of the Jalen Ramsey situation? Leave your opinion in the comments.